Is you should go on your phone and see if the chat is working. I don't see anything. Test. Yeah, it's fun stuff. Live chat. Two.
You're under Kill Zero Studios, right?
Yeah, should be. Why am I not seeing? Oh, I know why. Send. No. Hello, everybody. We are live and boring. Yes. Are we live? Oh yeah, all you see is that. See if you can get into the chat. You said test or. You know, it's not telling me how many people are in the stream either. I want to say that it showed me that before. Nope, don't see it. Weird. Oh wait, I see something. Birthday. Cooper face. Oh, it's just going really slow. All right, let's just go.
Did you see mine?
I did not.
I just seen Happy Birthday.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't even seen that for some reason. Live chat, top chat. Yeah, I don't see yours.
Did you send Happy Birthday?
Yeah.
Type in something else.
Test 3.
Oh,
there's yours. Chat test. It's just delayed. That had to have been like 40 seconds. Anywho, we are live. So, you know. I don't know. So if there's anybody out there, let us know. We'll answer questions, even though there's not going to be like anybody. So we're just going to treat this as a practice, I guess, and chat about music. Ain't that right, Mike?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah.
Excuse my coughing from time to time. I'm getting over a cold.
Everybody is. Doesn't say how many. Does it say how many people are? Should say like 2 on yours.
I just see one.
Well, that's just you, probably.
Just moi.
Yeah. Anywho, when we see anybody come up in the chat, we'll address them, I guess. But until then, we can just chat about things that are close to our hearts.
My lungs are.
Is that close to your heart?
It's even the other side of my heart.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so what were we talking about?
Street performers.
Street performers. Right.
There's one I really like, but I can't remember his name.
So my take on street performers is they're worthless pieces of crap.
That's terrible. And if you're a street performer and you're on our channel live right now,
Which you're not, because we have 3 fans, and one of them is Mike.
that is not a direct dig at you as a person.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Should be fucking aborted,
That's terrible. Right?
however old you are.
That's terrible.
No. The reason why I don't like street performance is like you're forcing your art on people. It's one thing if you're like an actual like artist.
So you kind of view it
It,
as
like-
Jehovah's Witnesses. Like, don't come to my door.
No. I mean, it's
I'll
just
come to your church if I want to know about your God.
or a concert or your choice of whatever. Yeah, makes sense, doesn't it?
Do you feel the same way?
But
about-
not artists, because artists isn't like drawing artists, not like necessarily musicians. Like they're not shoving their art like it's not like in your face. But when they play loud music and you're walking down the street and they expect money even if it's shitty, I don't like that.
Okay.
Go play at a club like the rest of us and play for 2 people. That's real right there, man.
I guess I can see where you're coming from with that. What about like when you're at an Italian restaurant or a Mexican restaurant and the bands like the mariachi band comes by and they're singing and stuff?
They could fuck off, especially if I'm trying to enjoy my meal.
I completely agree with that.
Yeah, dude, that's rude. Especially if they're loud and you can't even have a conversation. Like, it's one thing for them to be in the
But
corner.
how would we have funny moments in movies without
stupid.
that happening?
Does that really happen?
I don't think it really happens. No.
Yeah, I don't think it happens either. I think the closest thing that I've seen to that was, why are you on your fucking phone?
I'm trying to find that street guitarist that I like.
Yeah, but we're doing a live stream.
I can't find him. Maybe he is.
Even if you
away.
found him, what would you do?
Remember his name.
Oh, okay. Well, that's different.
Then I
you
can watch
remember
him
it.
later.
Yeah, because we can't. I don't know how the live streaming works with YouTube. I'm pretty sure they yank everything.
Yeah.
Oh, we should have told Tim. Tim would have watched this.
Yeah, he's kind of mandated though. I mean, it's like telling our moms they have to watch.
Yeah, it's true that. Unfortunately, my parents don't have very good internet. They live out in the middle of nowhere, and they're using like HughesNet, and it's like $500K a minute. It's terrible.
They get attached the email to a crow
Yeah, a carrier pigeon.
and it flies to the local computer and types in the message for them.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So yeah, they can't do it. My sister could have, I guess, but I don't know her schedule.
No, I looked up street guitarist, right? I'm just kind of scrolling through it. And it shows Andy McKee on here. Andy McKee is not a street guitar. Okay, for anybody who doesn't know who Andy McKee is, he's not a street guitarist, and you absolutely should go check him
Are
out.
you talking to the dude who does the tapping and shit on an
with
acoustic
Candy
guitar?
Rat Records. Like anyone who saw that movie, was that August Rush? Is that the name of the movie?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
It was a whole movie based off of basically the way this guy plays guitar, and they gave him like absolutely zero credit. I mean, maybe Andy McKee probably didn't come up with it. I know Preston Reed is another one who plays guitar like that. I mean, he probably didn't pioneer it, but definitely kind of made it famous.
I don't think I heard of it until you showed me that, dude.
Well, it's just another level of
That was a
guitar playing.
long time ago.
You know, when I learned how to play some of Andy McKee's stuff, it took very long and a lot of
Well,
patience.
it's a new technique. When
like-
you learn a new technique, it just
Preston Reed, he was on like a whole nother level. Like, it was, there's no way. I was like trying to figure out how to play that stuff on guitar, and I just literally felt like I was 3 years old.
yeah. I do that sometimes when I realize, like, when I'm trying to teach somebody how to play guitar, I will flip the guitar to my left hand, and that's how they feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how they feel because you can't play with your left.
Well, I
hand.
just realized, there's so many people out there. There's so much better guitarists and drummers and so much better musicians than I am. It's like, I don't think I'll ever be satisfied with my level of playing.
Nope, but it's the type of person that goes out and gets shit done. Those are the type of people. I mean, look at Ghost. I don't think they're that great.
I think Ghost is a Deep Purple cover band.
And they're huge because that dude, Tobias, just kept on going, dude, for like
Excellent
10
marketing.
years.
Excellent
Yeah, well,
marketing.
marketing-
And
That's what I'm saying. It's like, is music really about how good the music
not
is?
anymore. Not anymore. No, it's not. And it does. You don't have to be as talented. That's the thing. I mean, back in we were just talking about this. I was watching some. Why did I forget his name? He played in. Why did I forget? Phil Collins. Phil Collins. I was watching some of his live stuff from the '80s. Like, oh my God, I've never seen.
What do you mean, like his songs? Or
Yeah, like some of his live concerts that were recorded.
Yeah,
back
but
in
there's
the-
like 15 people on fucking stage.
Right, 15 people perfectly in sync, perfectly doing everything.
They're all good
at the same time.
musicians, yeah.
Better than good, amazing, the best musicians I've ever seen in my life. You
Yeah.
know,
Well, he
and-
got to that point where he could hire the best musicians.
right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, people can sound as good as those bands were nowadays, with two halfway talented people in a bedroom. You know, with
Well, yeah,
with
that's
a
the
DAW.
problem though. If you can do it now, we're doing a live stream, just so you know. Yeah. No.
Through the Fire and Flames would be not that crazy to learn, I don't think.
I don't know it. Anyways, off camera is my daughter. She's interrupting a stream. Doesn't matter. There's nobody in the stream, so.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to be as good because back then you had to go play in a multi-million-dollar studio, and each hour in that studio was like $5,000, if not more. And you better get your shit together. One take Jake's. That's the way you had to do it.
It's back in the day. Either the musicians didn't get credit. Now they have to get credit. Like if you did a song with Madonna, guess who got the credit? Madonna. Nowadays they have to name the musicians on the album.
Oh, you're talking about the backing musicians?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
musicians in general. Because I mean, how many people played with Michael Jackson? Like Van Halen, fucking
That amazing drummer dude.
Slash, I think. Slash.
You ever
played-
watch Michael Jackson's drummer play? That guy's sick. It's like I've never seen a more solid drummer in my life. Like
the dude from Dave Matthews.
yeah.
That guy is a fucking solid drummer.
I actually just saw a video of Dave Matthews playing in a Blockbuster in like 1993 or something.
Had to have been before that because they were pretty. Maybe not.
It was like I think it was 93 or
At
something.
a Blockbuster.
Yeah, that's what the videos claimed. I didn't see any Blockbuster signs. It kind of looked like a Blockbuster inside. You could
I
hear
saw a
people,
band
like,
play at
walking
a
around.
Denny's, a metal band.
Yes, I seen that too. They shut down the Denny's and they had a mosh pit.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's great. But yeah, no, going back to it, I would say I've seen some groups like that. Like I know I mentioned Jamiroquai. Jamiroquai had an amazing band like that, but you don't have to have that anymore.
No, not with plugins and fucking drum machines and.
Well, we're the good example of that. I mean, we got drums and guitar. Now on this track, of course, you've written the guitar, the bass, and you've produced the you've produced the backing, stuff that's going on.
Mhm.
And we run that all as backing tracks. So we only got two people playing this song. It sounds
Full band.
like a full band's playing, and that's what a lot of, things are going to. And, anyone who wants to try to, kind of mock that, and I know I was one of those people. I used to be one of those, purist metal bands.
Yeah, but you were like more of a. Like it doesn't look good on stage kind of
Right, right.
Until we came up with this live stream thing, then it's like, yeah, it works. It's kind of like a podcast meets.
And I still
live
kind of feel
band.
that way, I mean, as a metal purist, like, I feel like you should have a bass player, a guitarist, maybe even two guitarists, and a drummer on band. Minimum. But even those bands, they all have backing tracks. You listen to In Flames, they got tons of backing tracks going on. You listen to anybody who's a AAA artist, they got backing tracks.
Yeah. Well, there's a really famous band, not necessarily metal, but there's just two guys. There's a lot of two-guy bands now. Have you heard of Royal Blood? They're from UK.
Yes. Yeah, I
So
think
they're
you showed
just
me them
they're
last
ju-
week.
yeah, and I think they're just a bass player and a drummer, but he has an octave pedal. There's 21 Pilots.
Yeah, 21 Pilots.
That's it. It's just two
famous,
guys,
yep.
and it's amazing. I heard their shows were huge, amazing, sounds great.
But again, that's not quite metal. That's pop. And that stuff.
No, there's some metal stuff that's just like a drummer and a keyboardist.
Well,
What the flip
right,
is
there
it
is,
called?
but I'm
And they're
saying-
huge too.
But what I'm saying is 21 Pilots, they're pop, so it's almost okay. There's a stigma in the metal community where you get two guys up on the stage and you're like, what the hell is this? Who's playing?
Well, it doesn't look as good either because we've seen bands that have just two guitars. Remember, they didn't have a
Right.
drummer. I think the drummer might be the key. Having a live drummer might be the key. 'Cause 21 Pilots, live drummer. Royal Blood, live drummer. But what is that? Dead Day of the Dance? What the fuck is that?
Dead Day Dance?
Is it Dead Day Dance?
I can't remember. No, that was a band Matt was in.
Sounds like that. But anyways, it was just two guitarists. So their record, I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard it through the grapevine. But their record label or whoever they're with, they ended up getting a drummer. So now they have a drummer,
Okay.
and they're huge. They're touring with like all those 80s synth pop
Well,
bands.
we went and watched. Who did we watch? Devin
Avatar.
Townsend and Avatar. Devin Townsend, Avatar.
Devin
and
Townsend played by himself,
He did play by himself, and
and it wasn't as good.
I loved the Devin Townsend.
Well, because he's an amazing musician and
amazing
a vocalist. Yeah.
Holy shit. But and then there was a band that I think that opened for them, and I can't remember their name. unfortunately. But they were pretty cool too. And it was just 2 guitars, wasn't it? Guitar and a bassist.
That's the band I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was 2 guitarists. We talked to them after. You remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they actually play Helix's, same shit I have.
Yep.
And yeah, that's the band. Anyways, their record label or somebody made them get a drummer, so now they have a live drummer.
You know, and I think it can be done without a drummer if you have enough of the show. Because I mean, you think about it, like look at all these like big singers, Beyonce. And,
Yeah, but what do you mean? Like,
well, like you look at these big singers like Beyonce or who's another big one, Miley Cyrus. I guess those type of. All they really do is walk around on stage and sing, and you know.
I guarantee you, a lot of them have backing vocal tracks because if you were to jump around like that, I don't know how good you would sound.
Oh, of course they have backing vocal tracks. Me and you, for a little background, we have worked on AAA produced albums out of Hollywood, and we've seen what gets put together on these. You know,
that's as far as their album goes. I'm talking about live. I'm talking about dancing and all that shit.
They sound just as good live as they do on the album, you know. And so you know they're running 16 of those 17 backing tracks, you know, on stage there while they're singing a primary. You know, there's no way you could sit there like Britney Spears, you know, do a 2-hour show and still hit your, you know, high end of the octaves of your harmonies and stuff like that. There's just no way.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Still have 2 people? 1 person?
I got off the comments. I want to make sure that I'm back on the comments. We have 2 people. Who's the second person?
It might be Bubbles.
Who's the second person?
Probably Bubbles.
Hi, Mom.
Say, reveal yourself.
Okay, hold on. Comments.
But I don't know. I don't think she's necessarily smart enough to find the live stream. I was going to say, I would say what the live stream is, but saying the live stream and where it's at on the live streams doesn't help anybody. It's like, hey, guys, we're at YouTube. Go to YouTube to see where we're playing at. We're on YouTube, by the way.
But yeah, you know, everyone's running with backing tracks, and like I was saying, the show has to be big when you're doing stuff like that. Like I said, if you just had, you know, who we going to go? Who me and AJ going to go see? Taylor Swift. You just had Taylor Swift.
You got Taylor Swift fucking tickets?
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
We're gonna see Taylor Swift in Denver, but when she goes out on stage, you know, if it was just her with a microphone singing her songs, you know, it's not very big. You always got backup dancers, you've got pyrotechnics, you've got stuff going on screen.
Yeah, you have a show. When you pay $8 million for a fucking ticket, you expect to see something you don't get to see on a daily basis.
Exactly, and I think that's how you can get away with not having a band that you can actually look at, is by having a show.
Yeah, but Taylor Swift and big bands, they have bands.
Well, yeah.
That play with probably a click track, I'm assuming.
Right.
And they probably have the manpower to play. If they didn't want to have backing tracks, they probably don't need it.
Right. Well, I mean, you know, but yeah, like, you listen to like even old Michael Jackson stuff. You know, Michael Jackson stuff had so much backing tracks. It was crazy how much backing was on Michael Jackson tracks.
Yeah, but do you think he used backing tracks live? Because this was in the 80s, and I don't know if they have the technology.
Oh, sure they did. Look, Milli Vanilli was able to lip sync the whole thing.
That wasn't the 80s, was it?
Yeah.
Late 80s.
Okay.
I wonder how they did it back then. Probably on a reel-to-reel.
It had to be hard.
Because I remember seeing White Zombie with Pantera, and they had backing tracks, but I know exactly what they used. They used ADAT, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what ADAT is?
I do not even know what that is. I said,
you don't
yeah,
remember?
I'm trying to.
So when we recorded at, do you remember recording at Barnstorm? Did you ever go and record with us?
Yeah.
Okay, so he had these. It's ADAT. It's digital tape. It looks like a VCR tape,
Mhm.
and has 8 tracks on it, and it syncs up
Okay.
with your board. And I think that's what White Zombie used to use. White Zombie, not Rob Zombie.
I didn't go to that show with you guys either.
No, it was just me
Samwise
and Joe. That's it. And I was like young, like 14 or 15.
That's crazy.
That's the only time I saw him. But that's like that concert changed my life.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the first time I saw an actual. Well, me and Sam saw Blues Traveler before that. That was our very first band that we saw. And it was like fucking like 5 hours long. It's
My
crazy.
very first band was Slaughter.
Where?
Here in
Wait.
Junction.
Wait, is that one of those fucking Christian bands?
I don't know if they were Christian, but they
Or-
were an 80s band, an 80s hair band. And I was like, I want to say like 11 or 12.
Who were you with?
My parents. They wanted to go see it, so I went with them.
Your dad was into Slaughter.
Oh yeah, dude. My dad was into all kinds of music.
That's cool.
But yeah, we went and saw Slaughter. They were like an '80s hair band. I think we saw them at the Avalon, because I remember having seating, and it was cool. It was the first show. They had like strobe lights, and they had like these.
An actual show.
Yeah, an intro had like a helicopter and sound, and it would like be firing its machine guns, and the strobe lights were like hooked up, so they like fired at the same time as machine guns and stuff. It was like, whoa, this is insane, and all the lighting and whatnot. But I mean, it wasn't too crazy. But at 12, I was like in awe.
Yeah, I think I was 14 when I saw Blues Travelers, but I wasn't in awe. It wasn't until I saw White Zombie, because it was obscene. Like a lot of it was obscene, and I was a Christian boy, so I was like, "What?"
See, I don't think I was in awe.
I felt like, "Oh my God, what is going on? Am I going to hell with this?" And I loved it. I loved every fucking second of it because it was amazing.
I don't think I was in awe with any of the metal shows I ever went to. I mean, there was definitely some cool stuff. I mean, come on, we went to Family Values. We went to.
Well, what was the real concert after that you saw that?
The real one after that would have
Yeah.
been Family Values tour.
Really?
Yeah.
And that was when you were like what, 16?
No, I was like only 15.
I don't remember.
You guys were 16, 17. I was like 15.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember those shows. They were cool because they were huge,
Yeah.
but they weren't like awe-striking. It wasn't until I was doing EDM as Kill Sign Kilo that I saw some stuff on stage that was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I never seen a show like that. But how could that be cool? It's not like live instruments. Like the whole point of like that kick drum and the huge PA just blows you away.
I don't know, man. You need to like Datsik. I mean, that is some amazing shit. There's like dinosaurs coming out of screens.
No, I know.
everywhere.
I've seen YouTube videos, but I mean, I don't know if you'd necessarily have to be there to understand it, unless you're like there and on ecstasy or something.
No, that's not entirely true. I mean, it probably helps. I went to a ton of shows, and I've never done anything at the shows because normally I'm playing at them. But no, I mean, you got that sub bass and just some of the the crowd environment kind of rubs off on you. Your heart's racing because the sub's actually fucking.
Yeah, see, I
vibrating
can just
fast.
turn my stereo up at home.
Yeah, it's not the same.
I don't know. Like I said, I've never seen the
The
Rob's.
thing I feel that way. Okay, come on. I feel that way about like house music. I've been to shows where it's just like a house show, and I'm just like, this has been the same song for 27 minutes. It rises and then it kind of falls, and then you add 2 more synths, and then it just goes to the kick drum and some pretty synth, and then the kick drum just comes back in. There was no drop. There was no anything big happening. It's just like 4 hours of the one song at 115 BPM. I never got into house music.
Well, you don't get it because you're doing like people do drugs that way, and that like it intensifies the drugs. Because I know I've
and
listened.
maybe that's the element I'm missing is the
It is,
being
and it's a
high element.
It's weird. You listen to it, and I've like for the first time I didn't understand fucking Pink Floyd until I listened to it on weed. I don't know what it was. I hated it. I didn't like it. It was too dark for me. I didn't understand it, and then I smoked some weed and listened to it. Changed my fucking life. Same thing with when I listened to when I did my first psilocybin trip with mushrooms. It was the weirdest fucking thing. I listened to Limp Bizkit's Chocolate Starfish and the hot dog flavored water.
Right.
And it was because I had auditory hallucinations. It was the weirdest fucking thing. And I don't know, music and drugs just go hand in hand like a beer and pizza.
See, I've me. I've never, for the audience that is not watching, but that could be watching later. I've never been a person that's into drugs or anything. And I was in a band called Cryptic Hour with a guy who's done like every drug under the sun. Funniest guy in
Who?
the world. His name's Wolf.
Oh,
He still plays with Matt and Sam and those guys.
Really?
I believe so. I believe he went up to Denver, but and this guy, I love Wolf. He was the funniest, quick-wittedest fucking guy you've ever met in your life. But him and I were talking one day, and he said, just after the, months and months of getting to know you, Mike, he says, don't ever, ever use any drug where you trip. He goes, because you're the type of control freak that you're immediately going to see spiders coming out of your pores because you don't want to see spiders coming out of your pores.
Yeah, I could see that.
And he
I
goes,
could
"You're
see
gonna
that.
have
And
a
you're going to
bad
want to
trip."
control it, and you can't. You
And
just got to let it go.
That's what he told
But
me.
that
He
could
goes-
help you, though.
He told me, he goes, you're a complete control freak, and he goes, you would have a horrible trip. Don't ever.
I
do
think
it."
if you did it normally and kept on doing it, you would eventually get it.
Well, they're starting to do this microdosing thing with people with PTSD, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Microdosing? I don't know. I had a microdose, and it wasn't that great. It makes you feel cool and chill, but in order to get the fucking thing, you got to, like, take as much as your body can handle, and then you're out to the moon.
Yeah, I don't think I do well with that.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is it'll change. It changed my life, dude. Seriously, it made me. It's just you don't think this world exists, and you experience something like that, and it just your perspective is just out the fucking door.
I think if I was going to be a drug user, I'd probably be like a cocaine kind of guy.
Yeah, that's just like drinking energy drinks times 100.
Yeah, no, and that's why. You know, you're pretty much still in control. You're just using it through the weekend to party hard, and then you get off of it, and you're not really hooked on it. It's just like a party enhancer.
Yeah, I guess. So is ecstasy with sex, I guess.
Like, I've never seen somebody on coke that has to be like on just normal, just straight cocaine, who's had to have like a team of cops arrest him because he's fucking losing his shit.
Like on like meth or something.
Right, I've never seen that. You know.
What was that drug that everybody was taking that the dude like bit somebody's face off?
Oh, bath salts.
Bath salts. And that wasn't really bath salts, and I thought it was bath
No,
salts the whole
no.
fucking time. I was like, really? If I
It's
go to fucking
Wasn't it supposed to be
Pier
like
1 and go get some bath salts,
Wasn't this like supposed to be like a synthetic? It was when they were doing all those synthetic drugs.
like what was the other one? Salvia?
Salvia, yep.
No, I
No.
don't know.
Now it's all fentanyl, and they're doing this new thing with fentanyl called Trank, and it's like killing people before they can even like put the tinfoil down from smoking it.
That sounds like a dumb way to die.
I think I think these people who are using this shit want to just kind of die, but they're too scared to commit suicide.
It's the way to do it, I guess.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna do this thing that brings me like this close to death, and I know it brings me this close to death. And if I live, I live. If I die, I die.
Yeah, see, like, that's fucked up. Like, if you do other drugs, like natural drugs like psilocybin and shit like that, it actually makes you want to live, which is completely the opposite.
Right, I can see that.
Yeah, and I'm down with those drugs, but I'm not down with drugs that you just want to give up on life. Alcohol's like that.
Alcohol can be like that, yeah. You know, I handle my alcohol very well. I've never really had an incident where alcohol has like ill affected my life at all. But I have noticed, you know, that like if I drink, like if I have like a, you know, like a 4th of July party and I get a little drunk or something, you know, for like the next 2 days I'm like depressed.
You know, it's weird when I did MDMA the next day, because it like, I don't know what it was. It felt like it just drained all my serotonin. And then the next day I'm like, fuck everything. I'm not going to work. I'm just going to lay on this couch for a whole day. And it took me like a day to get out of it. So yeah, I imagine some alcoholics probably it triggers like their serotonin levels. You never know.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, if I, you know, and I'm at the age now where, you know, a couple of whiskeys while playing board games is plenty. But yeah, I don't really.
When's the last time you drank?
2.5 months ago.
Yeah, so that's not an alcoholic. Alcoholic's like every night.
Oh no, I'm far from alcohol. Matter of fact, I've been sitting around like on weekends going, man, I'd like to make an old fashioned, but I always have something to do in which I can't do it. So I was like, well,
Really, at night? Like on a Saturday?
yeah, because I'll always be doing something. I'm like, well, I don't really have time to, you know, maybe that's the key to not becoming a drunk is, you know, choose a drink that's hard to make. You know, get an old fashioned.
Yeah, I don't know what an old fashioned is. So
Oh, it just.
I'm not old fashioned enough to know what an old fashioned is.
It just takes a little bit of time to make. They take like, you know, 10 minutes to make a glass if you smoke it and all the other stuff.
Smoke what?
You smoke it. You take like some hickory or I like cherry wood. You take your glass, right, with
Yep.
the ice in it, and you smoke the
Yep.
whole glass in the ice.
This is boring.
Make your old fashioned. See you.
This isn't a fucking cooking show, damn it.
We're gonna do old fashioned.
We could do an old fashioned and then do a song.
Yeah.
Speaking about songs, do you want to do a song?
Next week we'll do an old fashioned.
I'll do an old fashioned with you,
And I'll teach you how to make an old fashioned.
and we can have Nikki drive you home if you want.
There you go.
We can make it a thing. We can drink on every time we have a stream. Seeing how nobody watches, it's gonna drive me to drinking. It's like, oh, nobody likes us. But yeah.
Yeah, we can do a song.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you came for. All zero
Always
of you.
back to me.
Oh, is it just one?
That's what I came
I wonder
for.
who the. Do you still see one person in there?
Yeah, it's just me.
I wonder who came and left. It's like, these guys are fucking boring talking about old fashions.
Well, that person obviously has no class.
Yes, I agree.
And they don't know how to make an old fashioned.
They're missing out, man.
That's what it really was. It was jealousy.
It was jealousy. It's like they're not coming to our stream because they're jealous. All right, we're going to do a song for you guys. And if we did have people, we would answer questions, but I don't see anybody in the chat. So, but we're going to try to do this regularly, so maybe we'll eventually get people in there. Right now, we only have like, I don't know, 39 subscribers, but this is the first one, so we'll just keep on going, right, Mike?
Yeah.
That's weird. Computer jumped up to 51%.
Yeah, I'm hearing that latency.
I don't know why that is.
Or not latency, but I'm hearing the stutter. There, it's yeah. I think it's a little better.
Yeah, it dropped. Well, let's get through the song, and if it doesn't do it, then I'll kill one of the, because I have all three songs playing at the same time right now.
Oh, Raj.
Yeah, so if it doesn't, I figured I could just bounce to each song, but I really don't need to. All right, guys, here we go. What's this song called?
The first song.
Yeah, I don't remember. We released it on Spotify and all that shit. I don't remember what it was called.
It's not phasing, right?
Nope. It's not The Light. It's not Drum Mic, but that's what we say it is. Fuck! Something
We
Time?
didn't release this one. We didn't release this one.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we have. Yeah, we have.
Hmm.
Oh, well, here you guys go. Here's the song for you. Here it goes. No, it's crawling up there. Let me kill one of these songs.
Okay.
It didn't go down. All right, guys. So we're going to, yeah. Anyways, let's get through the song, then we'll talk some more, I guess.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh, yeah. spicy. If that didn't get us freaking followers, I don't know what wouldn't. We didn't fuck that one up too bad.
No.
I did hear your click though. Click. Click.
Ding.
So anyways, what were we talking about?
A lot of things. Street performers, drugs, concerts.
Drugs, yeah, concerts. Music related here, peoples. Unless you want to get philosophizing, that's fine too.
I'm down
Especially if
for
we have the crowd for it.
Right.
I'm down forever. The night takes us. Oh yeah. But you gotta talk to them, and I'm gonna set up the next session. But yeah,
Well,
who are you texting?
my daughter.
Man, it's a live stream, honky. Obviously, he doesn't care.
I'm more just so famous. I don't care about my followers.
So famous. We have 0 people streaming. That's all right. What? That's cool. Oh, you probably should have washed it. Anywho, Mike.
Isaiah, do you have any water?
Yeah. Bubbles. Hey, could you get Mike a glass of water, please? The good stuff.
The good stuff.
I don't know, so people can hear me.
So people can hear you ask for water.
Yes.
All right.
No, I got Mike brought me a medicine ball.
Medicine ball tea. Not Starbucks medicine ball
The
tea.
best. Mike is the best.
It's
You are the best. What do they call them? Baristas? Is that what they call them?
yeah.
Yeah. Is that like male or female version? Are you a barista? Are you if
Thank
you're
you.
a dude and you do coffee, are you a barista as well?
I think the term is unisex.
No, I think it's barista. I'm gonna go with that. I don't want to get anybody's pronouns messed up here.
Just make up whatever you want. Just barista.
Like barista, yeah, it sounds manly.
Barista. Would that be?
Baristo. No, that's just Spanish. Nobody wants to play with us.
I wouldn't either.
Well, what the fuck? Well, I did mention that we were going live stream like an hour before we went live stream. So that would explain a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you kind of. I don't know if you would have said I declared it more of like a. We warned people.
Yeah, warning. Like that we're going to go live stream.
Like
And
just get off the fucking internet completely so you don't mistakenly see us.
yeah, that's a good idea. Hide your children and
Hide
your wives. Because we'd creep them out. Yeah. Street performers. Not into it.
Okay. So we just talking musical street performers? What about like?
Yeah, artists and shit like that. You're not bugging anybody.
What about mimes?
Not bugging anybody unless you have like a phobia of them.
Is there anybody who doesn't have a phobia of mimes?
I don't know. A lot of people have phobia of clowns, and they're close related to mimes, I guess.
I've never understood the clown phobia thing.
Yeah, they're silly. I don't understand that either. I think it was just our generation, though. I don't think the new generation gives a shit about clowns. Because in our generation, they actually had clowns that go to your party and shit like that. They don't do that now, do they?
No.
Yeah, I don't think
The
so.
only time anybody in like AJ's generation sees a clown's in a scary movie.
Yeah,
In a
like
haunted
it.
house.
That's a good movie, though.
I haven't seen the movie. I read the book a long time ago.
You haven't seen either of them, even the first ones or like the 1980s versions or anything?
No.
Yeah, Tim Curry's pretty good in the first one, but the new ones is really, really good. I like the newer ones better, which is, you never hear that. You always hear, oh, no, the original was better. But no, this time they did a really good job.
I kind of thought, I don't know, I'd have to watch it again, but I kind of thought the newer Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was pretty good.
No, compared to the first one, no
They're
fucking
too-
way.
It's too different.
For one, Tim Burton didn't do like a good enough job. Like it wasn't really Tim Burton-y. But then I look back, nothing's really, I don't know. Beetlejuice was amazing. The first 2 Batmans were good. Maybe, the big one, what was it? Nightmare Before Christmas. But other than that, Tim Burton, I don't like any of his shit, especially his newer stuff.
I'm kind of right there with you. Wow, I'm surprised you went that route. Oh yeah, I'm not a huge Tim Burton fan. I think it's overrated.
So, like 3 or 4 good movies, and like knowing the movies that I saw before I saw Willy and the Chocolate Factory. What is it called?
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
No, that's not what the new one's called. Charlie and the
I
Chocolate.
think it's called Wonka's Chart.
No, I think it's Charlie and the
Charlie's
Chocolate. I don't know. Either way, I was like, oh, it's gonna be all dark and sinister.
Yeah, it should have went darker with it.
Yeah, and they absolutely did not. They pussed out on that one. And Johnny Depp's character is like a freaking, I don't even know.
And they didn't really have to go that far to go darker with it because
It was already dark.
The first one was already kind of dark.
Yeah, Gene Wilder. I don't even think Gene Wilder liked the remake before he died.
I love Gene Wilder's character in that.
Yes. I didn't see that one. Who's that by?
I don't know who did it, but it was pretty dark. And I really liked Maleficent, which was the.
That was good.
It was good.
That wasn't Tim Burton though. That was just
No,
Disney.
No,
I think
I'm just thinking more like.
the storyline is what made that fucking good.
Yeah.
It was just out of the. I like storylines that are like not what you expect, and then it ends like, what? That was amazing. Like kind of like Mastermind. Did you ever see that one? Oh, dude, it's about pretty much a villain, and he's a hardcore villain in the beginning. It's like a DreamWorks Pixar kind of movie.
Okay.
And who plays him? Will Ferrell, I think. Anyway, so he becomes the hero at the end, the villain. It's so good.
What was that movie? It was kind of like another like Pixar kind of animation stuff with the puppets, and each of the puppets had a number. And I think one
it was called
Nine.
The Nines or Nine or something like that. Is that
was
right?
Dark.
Yeah, that was not Tim Burton. He just produced it, I think.
Right. And then
yeah, it was. They did the guy who made it all by himself the first run, and then when he got to the studio, they made the full length movie. So that was like a 10-minute movie, and then it was so well done too. It was all computer animated. Yeah, I forgot about that movie. I want to watch that now.
That was a good movie. Another one that's a great movie is Pan's Labyrinth.
Yes, Del Toro is fucking badass. Did you see the new Pinocchio? He did the new Pinocchio.
I have not seen it.
It's really good. You should try it to see it. Not try it,
I'll
but
check it
try
out.
to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can watch it on your phone. You can hear all the stuff that we hear. No. I got Mike watching.
I'm watching.
But anyways, yeah, good movies, good stuff. Del Toro's a badass. Did you see Hellboy?
No.
What? He did the first 2 Hellboys.
I'll check them out. I think I watched the first one a long time ago.
Yeah, it's good stuff. What? Yeah, I had a Ford Ranger. All right, let's rock and roll. This is the next song, people. Yeah, we're trying to make these under an hour. Where are we at? Doesn't give you a clock or nothing.
What's that?
Oh, yeah, live 45 minutes. So we're trying to do it under an hour, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to do another song for you guys.
Okay.
What's the question?
What do you want? Is she a good driver?
Yeah, she's fine. I mean, she's a teenage driver. She's fine. They're just going down the street.
If she wants to, yeah.
All right, here we go. So this is called Hocus Pocus. Would you like to add anything, Mike?
We stole a sample for this song.
Yeah.
Speaking of movies.
Well, hopefully it's changed enough that we won't get sued. And I'm not going to say who it's from either because they'll definitely sue us. Maybe not. That was a dropout. didn't do this last time.
That's crazy.
Yeah. What is going on? I can't. I only have this song open. Huh. Yeah, we're at 34%. Damn, I need to make a better computer, I guess. Or we can bust these down to 2 tracks.
I think that's probably the way to go.
Yeah. Well, let's try to start from there, see what happens. First text, and it says we suck. Whoever Damaged Demon is, probably somebody we know. Oh, I bet you that's Xander, that little bastard. Dumb little children, we done, and we love to day. We come, little children, don't be afraid of the world we live in. You're destructive parades. See what we've done. See what we've done. Come see what we've done. Come see what we've done. Yeah, maybe it's clipping.
I don't know. I messed up that second verse because I was going off your vocals this timing, and I was like, "Oh shit, we're already in the chorus."
Yeah, were you like daydreaming?
Yeah,
It's fun.
I was out in left field looking at butterflies.
Oh, yeah. know, man. Maybe an M1 Mac is just not, or this is an M2 Mac. It's just not. Are you hearing it though? Right?
Yeah, I know.
It's like.
The stutter. Wonder if we're hearing that in the live.
Yeah, probably. Because it's hitting like 50%. Which is funny because it didn't do that last time. There has to be something running in the background.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I don't see anything though. Oh, my Bluetooth's on.
That could affect that. Is your propeller head
No.
the other thing?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's not. Well then. There you go.
Cat's coming out like freaking out.
Oh, it's your baby kitty. Yeah, see, we're at 37%, so it stopped.
Right.
Oh, you know what it is?
What?
I bet you it's RAM. Bet you it's the frickin' RAM.
What'd you run? You got 8, right?
That's it. The 8's not very much at all.
I don't know. We need to be running off of like stereo tracks for the backing, I think, rather than running a whole song file.
No, I need a better computer. This is brand new. I figured it'd work. But yeah, that would help. So we're down to 30%, but I don't know what could be doing it. Doesn't matter. All right, well, let's since there's nobody watching, maybe we'll advertise next time and we'll be able to learn from this one. Let's go ahead and do the last one, I guess. What do you think?
Yep.
Okay, people, thanks for joining us. The people who did not. And if you want to hear this, I think we're going to post it. What do you think on do you think we should do it as a podcast?
Yeah, why not?
We could. I could just export the audio and we could put it on Anchor if I still have the passwords to it.
Yeah, what would we call this section?
What do you mean?
Just call it like Conversations at Band Practice.
We could.
Make our own podcast out of it.
Yeah. The only problem I think is people would get annoyed by hearing the 3 songs over and over.
Yeah, probably.
I could take them out though and just have the audio, just us talking. Is that boring though? I don't know.
Probably because it's kind of misguided. You know, I mean, like when we do a podcast, we have topics and we're guided on it. You know.
Well, we could do the same here though.
I guess so.
I don't know. I guess we'll listen back to it and see how boring it really was. And if it wasn't, then we could do it again.
Maybe we should just start like intertwining a podcast with this. You know what
That's
I mean?
what I meant. That's what I meant.
Well, like Philosophy of the Average Joe with this.
Yeah, that's what I meant. But I mean, the only caveat with that is the songs that we play. But that band. Oh, by the way, I want to get a shout out to Shakeout. I think is Shakeout. I saw them doing it, and they had like 300 freaking followers on their YouTube. Now they have like 4,000, and this was like in the span of like 3 or 4 months. Anyways, they inspired me to do this pretty much. I figured this might help us get subscribers, but I don't know. Who knows? But I just want to do a shout out to Shout Out.
Well, and they gave you lots of like kind of technical advice.
Yeah, no, the gentleman, Chris. Is it Chris? Chris? Yeah, he. So there was like 14 or 15 people in his chat, and he would answer everybody. That's what's so cool about him. So he didn't, they interacted with the audience as really, really well. So shout out to those guys. Shout out to Shout Out, I guess. I think that's what it is. I'll double check, but thanks, guys.
We'll
you inspired to do this. What?
We'll mention him again.
Yeah, all the time, probably. And hopefully maybe he'll see this and he'll give us some pointers.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right. Keep on talking. Let me get the session up.
All right. I am going to talk about.
Wow, you suck at this.
Yeah, I do. Well, you put me on the spot. So, anybody who's watching this
Or listening.
we're always down for pointers. This band that we have here is actually part of a group of 3 bands that Isaiah and I both have parts in, the other 2 as well. And part of a whole huge production that we're doing. It involves comic books and or graphic novels rather, and audio dramas and a whole bunch of stuff. Kill Zero Studios envelops all 3 of them.
KillZeroStudios.com. We have a website.
.com. I feel like so 90s when I say that. Oh yeah, I have a website.
Does anybody have websites anymore? Or they just do it on Facebook and TikTok and Tick-a-tack and
That's one thing we don't have. We don't have
Schlippity-schlap?
TikToks. Tim
Yeah.
has TikTok.
Fuck TikTok. I'm not down with TikTok. Who did you say has a TikTok?
Damn Chinese.
Yeah. Who has a TikTok? Tim who?
Tim.
Tim who? Oh, Tim.
Tim.
Quantim.
Quan Tim.
Or what's
Fox
his?
Vector.
Oh, yeah, Fox Sector. Sexer?
Vector.
Vector. But boom. Yeah, we're down to 23%, so maybe let's try this one.
Let's roll.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this will be our last song for tonight. Not that anybody's watching, but you might hear this later. I might keep it up on YouTube. I haven't decided. It depends on how bad it sucks. But yeah, thanks for joining us. And next time maybe we'll have some people. If you have any questions, we'll gladly ask any of them. So yeah, and Mike's a mechanic, so you can ask him about that too.
Hey, what was? It's like telling someone's an FBI agent or something.
Right. Or a doctor. Can you look at this? This looks like cancer.
Call somebody out. This is my buddy Isaiah. He's an FBI agent undercover.
Or lawyer. Undercover. All right. Here we go.
I didn't see the "You Suck" comment.
You didn't? I did.
I didn't.
I think it was Xander. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I think it's the Ram. See that green light over there?
Yeah.
It's like at 6,000, and I only have 8,000, and the system's using like maybe 1,500. Let's just get through the song, I guess. Restraining me, man, machine, or enemy, commanding me to look your way, playing with my sanity. From the shadows you emerged, from worlds best left unknown. From the camp, turn away from the things that I've been shown. Spacing time in moves and light, your weapons of control. Chasing time in blurry light, your wisdom unfold. The sights, the sounds, have I been here before? The sights, the sounds, all there, I can't ignore. The sights, the sounds, have I been here before? The sights, the sounds, have I been ignore? The sights, the sounds, I'm pretty sure it's the Ram. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. This has been Kill Zero Studios. Hope you have a great weekend. Don't drink too much cocaine. Thank you very much.